No contact. How are they feeling? What are your person's current feelings towards you? And what are they thinking at the moment as well? I've got 3 pick a card tarot card readings for you today. Got pick a card read number 1. We've got pick a card read number 2. We've got pick a card read number 3. All of the timestamps are down below. If you don't know which one to go with straight away, pause the video for a moment, really connect with your intuition, open up your energy. When you open your eyes, you should be drawn towards the tarot deck that has a message here for you today. How is your person currently feeling? What are they thinking? No contact. Are they going to come back around again? Are they going to reach out? Will there be a reconciliation? Are they just having a little bit of time away, or have they gone for good? We want to know all of it today, don't we? So let's get on with today's readings. Welcome to Pick a Card Read number 1. Welcome back to Hope Tarot Daily. My name is Angie. I'm a tarot card reader from England. This tarot reading is between you, the universe, and your intuition, and it's up to you if you claim it or not. And I do think there's a reason that you've been brought here today, whether it's a message within here or somewhere else on my channel. We're looking at your no contact situation. How are they feeling? What are they currently feeling about you? What are they thinking? We want to know all of it. So I'm going to start with a connection spread between you both. We'll take it from there, and I'll tell you everything that I'm picking up and everything I'm feeling. I'm going to split the deck into four elements, 4 seasons, most importantly 4 angels, offering us a circle of protection so we can give and receive all of these messages with an open heart and open. So down this side is you. Down this side is them. Okay, are they coming back in again? Yeah, and you're going to tell them off. You're going to tell them off. And then down the middle is the connecting energy. Okay, there's going to be a moment in the near future where you give them what for. You're going to tell them, why did you ignore me? Why have you done this? Why did you do that? Did you not think about my feelings? Did you? And it feels like you're really telling them off. And they're going to try and take control of the situation. It feels like in the near future they're going to be trying to make amends with you. I don't think they really realise the impact of the no communications having on you at the moment. So we've got that, but we're going to talk through the spread as well, because I like you to see, you know, what I see in the cards, how I interpret the cards as well, how I make sense of it, so that you see it. If you want to support the channel, put a like on a reading. In exchange for your reading today, turn your notifications on, subscribe, and let me know what the weather is like where you are today. It's kind of sunny, a nice cool sea breeze. I live in a little seaside town, so it's a nice little, let's say there may be a sea threat coming in later. It looks a little bit hazy, which normally means mist rolls in later, but we'll see. So we've got the Ace of Cups in the recent past for you. They've had the Hierophant card in the recent past for you, and the Eight of Pentacles reversed in the middle of you both. You've been very hopeful about this connection for a while. They've been lacking commitment. With the Hierophant card reversed, they see you as their person. They may not ever want to get married. They may have a different kind of idea of what commitment is. But it feels like you both go quite well. And I think that you know that. I think you've been quite open to them. They make you quite happy. In the recent past, they've made you quite happy. The Eight of Pentacles reversed in the middle of you both is just a bit of a slow energy. It may be that you look at them thinking, do they ever want to be in a fully committed relationship? And they look at you and think, well, yeah, I do want that, but not in a way that is socially norm. It may be an alternative kind of thing. It may just be that they don't want to get formally married, or they just take their time. It feels like they're taking their time. You've got the Three of Pentacles, so at the moment you're waiting for them to come back in again. You're waiting for them to communicate with you. You're waiting to make plans, and you're waiting to move forward. It feels like building a house and all the contractors have gone missing, and it feels like you stood there with all of the plans for the house, and you know that this house is going to be amazing, but the contractors haven't turned up, and they're not doing the work, and you're getting frustrated. But you're giving them the benefit of the doubt because you've paid them. I don't know why all this is coming out, but there we go. It may be a direct message for somebody. They've got the sun for you at the moment. So even though there's a lack of communication, they're very happy about this connection, you know. They're very happy and hopeful. I don't think they really fully mean, I don't think that they, I think if you describe your no communication situation, someone else may think, oh no, actually there's quite a lot of communication going on here. But it feels like for you, it's not quite enough. And for them, they think they're doing just fine. I don't think that they see that there's anything wrong with this connection. And you're looking at them thinking, well, I need a bit more. If it's like that, the next time you talk, you need to tell them that. You've got the Magician reversed in the middle of you both, which is a lack of confidence, a lack of communication, a lack of awareness. I really don't think that they know that they're not communicating in the way that you want them to. And it feels, what I've got in my head is like you're sitting there with tapping your fingers on the table because you're just waiting. And it may be that they send you 100 messages a day, but you want 200. And, you know, it may just be that every time you communicate, you're then waiting for the next time to hear from them. It feels like you like them a lot and you want them 24/7. And I don't think they realise that. I don't think they realise that they need to do a little bit more. But then there may be people around you going, do they really need to do any more? Do you just need to chill out a bit? So take what resonates with you. You've got the Queen of Swords reversed, which feels like a moment of you flipping out. You're telling them like you don't communicate enough, you don't do this enough, you don't do that enough. And they've got the Chariot. They're going to try and make it better straight away. It's like they don't realise they're going to be, I think they're going to be a bit gutted that they've upset you. Yeah, so try not to flip out. Try and go into it as the Queen of Swords the right way up, where you communicate quite clearly and you tell them what your expectations are and then you listen to what they have to say. Because if you go into it already planning that you're going to completely flip out and cut them off, they're going to be really shocked. It feels like they're a bunny in the headlights. Like, I don't understand why you're having a go at me. Like, it may just be a simple thing as they didn't text you good night because they fell asleep. And you're like, well, they haven't texted me good night because they're messaging everybody else. They normally send me a message saying good night. And then in the morning they get up and they rush to work. And then they haven't messaged you because they're in a rush. And it's not that they haven't thought of it, they're just in a rush. And you're like, they didn't message me last night, they haven't messaged me this morning, lunchtime. They finally get around to messaging you because they've finally got their feet back on the ground. And you're like, we're over, we're done. And they're like, what? What do you mean? I crashed out last night, had a coma sleep, and I've been rushed off my feet all morning. Why are we over? That kind of feels like that. So if this is your reading, that's going to make perfect sense to you. So if you don't hear from them for 15 hours, give them the benefit of the doubt and listen to what they have to say. Because they do feel like a genuine person. They do. They genuinely do. They think the world of you. They currently, all their feelings are in this pot. They may not want marriage and kids and all of the things. They may not be quick to put a ring on your finger or like even declare that they're in a relationship. They may take things slowly, but it's not a disinterest. It's just they feel respectful and nice, to be honest, and they don't want to make mistakes and they don't want to upset you. So the fact that they're kind of upsetting you, I think is going to really upset them that they've upset you. And that's nice. They come across as a really nice person. So chill out a bit because they like you. I'm going to pull 3 cards to see what else the universe wants you to know. If you claim the reading, let me know. If you like private reading, you don't need one. You just need to chill out a bit. But they are there if you want them. We've got the 4 of Pentacles, which is up here as well. We've got the Star. We've got the 7 of Cups. And we've got the Knight of Swords reversed, which is rushing in, jumping to assumptions and making a mistake and then having to apologise. So don't. It feels like there's a solid foundation slowly being built between you both. Remember, you're building a house. It takes time. And if you do it right, when a tornado comes through, it's not going to get knocked down. Got the Seven of Cups. You're both opening up new opportunities for each other. Now, there's stress here if you decide to be stressful. Or there's open and listening, thinking, oh, do you know what? They probably did just crash out last night because we've been talking till 4 a.m. every night. No wonder they're exhausted. So that's what I have for you. And I hope if this is your reading, you claim it. And I hope you listen. If it's not your reading, maybe one of the others it is. I'm going to wrap you in a massive bubble of protection so your angels take you anyway. No contact. What is going on here in your no contact situation? Welcome back to Hope to Have a Daily. My name is Angie. I'm a tarot card reader from England. This tarot reading is between you, the universe, and your intuition. It is timeless, and it's completely up to you if you claim it or not. And I do think there's a reason that you've been brought here today, whether it's this message, another message on my channel, or a private reading. There's a reason. So I'm going to start the connection spread between you both. And I don't often do this spread with an oracle deck, but I'm using the Psychic Tarot Oracle deck. If you ever wonder what decks I'm using, check my website. My collection is listed. So I'm going to do a connection spread. Down this side is you, and I don't do reversals with my oracle deck because it's not necessarily. Down this side is them. And then down the middle is the connecting energy. So, there's bags of sexual tension here, you know. Sexual chemistry here. When you first come into contact with them, you were so happy. You were like, hey, yay, I'm not going to be single anymore. They get bored really quickly. Or that you may have met each other at a point where this person was feeling quite low and quite down. And in walks the entertainment. I don't mean it in a bad way. I mean, I think you both rock each other's worlds in naughtiness and sexual chemistry and desire and passion and make each other tingle. And there's a reason that you both been brought together. Intuition between you both was nice. It feels like you both had an instant connection. But it was at a point when they were quite low. And sometimes when we're at a low point in life, as suddenly something happens, we hold on to it to avoid the thing that we're avoiding. And it feels like they were definitely trying to avoid something in their life. And you were a lovely distraction, and you still are. You still are. It feels like when you first met, it went at 1,000,000 miles an hour, like consuming each other. And they needed it. They needed that. It's like you come in like a firework, and they needed that. They were quite low and dull and bored and things. And yeah, you come in like a whirlwind. That's what it feels like anyway. So you've got prosperity begins. Even though you're in no contact, you're hoping that they're going to come back again. You're a lot more grounded than what you realise as well. And it does feel like it feels like, okay, this connection started and it went on this passionate roller coaster. And at the moment, it feels like whatever they were avoiding is tapped on their shoulder and like confronted them. And I don't know what it is. Maybe they'd lost their job. Maybe they just had more time on their hands than what they needed. Maybe they've had to go back to work. Maybe it's a lockdown connection when you both met and they weren't in work at that point. But it feels like life has tapped them on the shoulder and they're having to deal with responsibility again. And so the no communication or the lack of communication is because they're trying to figure out, how does this powerful, passionate connection fit in and balance and things within their normal everyday life. Because it feels like their life is getting back to how it was before they had this vast amount of time on their hands. You've got the Temptation card in the middle of you both, which just says it all. There's a real nice fiery thing. Now, when there's all this fire and desire, you know what to do with it, because you've got the card that's like, you can turn the fire into fruit and grow, and it's the beginning of something. And even though I think you've both been connected for quite a while, it feels like now is the time for it to start properly. They're facing a truth of something. So it does feel like they've been plonked back into reality. And I'm not sure why. Is it because maybe they've got a new job, maybe whatever it is, they're having to deal with that. And they're having to face that. Because the reason that they were quite down was because they weren't happy with what was before anyway. So they're having to make the changes, and to make changes, people have to face the truth of something. And they may just be having a little bit of solitude at the moment to figure out what they're doing. And they're mad hot for you. They're mad hot for you. That's how they feel. And they can either, it feels like at the moment they're making a choice between, they can either sink into you and have this wonderful bubble and then not get anything else done, or they can get the other stuff done and kind of put you on the back burner a bit because they just want to eat you up. I mean, it feels like they can't do both just yet. They're gonna be, once they've got their feet back on the ground. It feels like you're far more grounded in this. It feels like you're just waiting for them to get their feet back on the ground again. It does, I think. Yeah, beginning of the tree of life. We've got the universe. You're leaving it into the hands of the universe. And they're stepping back into their power again. So they're not only overcoming whatever it was going on in their life before you both got together, but they're stepping back into their power and they're claiming their life again. And it feels like them regaining the balance so that they can do their day-to-day things that they need to do, but they can also have you part of their life again. And they've got rest and rejuvenate in the middle of you both, which is just putting a bucket of holy water on you both to calm you both down a little bit so that you're both functioning. Because it feels really naughty and drastic, and it feels like when you both in that mood, the rest of the world just melts and disappears, and we have to pay the mortgage, we have to pay the bills, we have to pay the rent, we have to go to work, we have to do the boring everyday things. And it feels like when you two are in that moment, none of that stuff wants to get done. So the rest and rejuvenate card feels like your angel guides dousing you in holy water of some kind just to chill you down a bit. And it's them as well. But it's then at that point when things calm down a bit, they're going to step into their power and they're going to start channeling their power in a much better way. And it feels like you're giving them courage and strength to grow. Are they going to communicate soon? Yeah, of course they are. Of course they are. They're just trying to balance it out. I'm going to pull 3 more cards. If you want to support the channel, put a like on reading. Subscribe, turn your notifications on. Let me know what the weather is like where you are today. We've got a nice sunny day. Looks a little bit hazy. We're probably going to get a bit of a sea threat mist later on. But yeah, other than that, it's quite a nice day. Let me know what time it is where you are. That's fascinating. I find it fascinating that I'm in a UK little seaside town and you are wherever you are in the world. Yeah. Private readings are available. You make them feel good. You make them feel good. And I'm hoping they make you feel good as well. And I'm hoping that you know that once reality has smacked them in the face and they've got their feet back on it and they're taking control of life again, they're going to be back round again. And it's just the beginning of this connection, to be honest. We've got the 6 of Pentacles reversed. Got the World reversed. That's what I mean. And we've got the Death and Rebirth. There has to be changes within this connection. You can't just both consume each other and not pay the bills. That doesn't happen. It just can't. The 6 of Pentacles reversed is, yeah, you're two in this little magnificent, passionate bubble. But you've got to come up for air, and you've both got responsibilities. The World reversed. The rest of the world just disappears when you two are in that mood. And the Death and Rebirth, your person's trying to make changes at the moment that's going to benefit the both of you in the long run. So that's what I have for you. It just feels like a mad, hot, passionate love affair that's now going to transition into quite a solid relationship. And you know it. You know it. I'm just confirming what you know, I think. So I'm going to wrap you in a massive bubble of protection so your angels take you on your way. And thank you so much for being here with me today. No contact. What is going on in your no contact situation? What are they thinking? What are they feeling? How are they feeling about you and your connection at the moment? Welcome back to Hope to Have a Daily. My name is Angie. I'm a tarot card reader from England. This tarot reading is between you, the universe, and your intuition. It's completely up to you if you claim it or not. It is timeless. And I believe there's a reason you've been brought here today, whether it's for this message within this reading, another one on my channel, there's thousands here now, or a private reading. There's a reason that your guides brought you here. If you're a daily watcher, hello, good morning, I hope you're doing great. Rosie has started defending her garden again, which means she's on absolute hyper alert at the moment. So Rosie's my cat. I'm going to split the deck into four elements, 4 seasons, most importantly for angels, offering us a circle of protection so we can give and receive all of these messages with an open heart and an open mind. Also, if you have a cat, is your cat an indoor cat or an outdoor cat? Because in my area, it's quite common, like all the cats here live outside. They come in, eat their dinner. If it's cold, they're in the house. Otherwise, they live in the gardens. But let me know what it is like where you are, because I know there's places in the world where cats are just indoor cats. So down this side is you. Down this side is them. Okay, what's going on here then? Down the middle is a connecting energy. So, oh dear. Right, well, if this moment of time isn't dealt with in the right way, you're going to lose each other. And it feels like both of you may actually be in relationships with other people, to be honest. You will know if that's you or not. So we've got the Two of Pentacles reversed in the recent past for you, which is a loss of focus or feeling like your person's had a loss of focus to do with this connection. They were meant to be learning something. I'm not sure that they did with the Page of Pentacles. They feel in the recent past they've been a bit naive about something. Feels like they may have got caught out with something. It does feel like the both of you have other people around you. If that's not your situation, this probably is not your reading. But this reading feels like it's for somebody who, it feels like you're in a connection with someone, but this person's also in a connection with somebody. So that's what I'm picking up. And it feels like your person was a bit naive with something. And I think they've been caught out. And maybe a message or a letter or just something really silly that they've been caught out on. And instead of telling you about it, they've not told you about it. So you've been thinking, oh my goodness, they don't like me anymore. What's going on? They just haven't told you because they don't want to freak you out, because they don't want you to feel it's going to affect your situation. But they've been caught out and told off. We've got the Four of Swords in the middle of you both, which is an energy of an emotional withdrawal. It feels like they're a bunny in the headlights being told off. And it feels something really stupid. Something so stupid they got caught out on. And they're trying to not let it impact on you, but they're trying to deal with it in their own way, and it's just not going great, is it? But I don't think they told you. I don't know if you know or not. It's like they got questioned on something. I don't know whether the person knows that it's you, that because it feels like something to do with you both that they got questioned on. I don't know if their person knows about you or if it's somebody else, or I don't think there's anybody else, but I don't know if I can't figure out if your person's other person knows about you specifically, or if there's just somebody they think there's somebody but they don't know who it is. It feels complicated. It feels like a very complicated situation. Don't argue with me in the comments, because if it doesn't make sense, it's not your reading. I can't be bothered to argue in the comments. Because sometimes we just have to accept that this reading isn't, if it's your reading, it'll make perfect sense. You've got the Four of Wands at the moment, which is you focusing on the situation that you're in. They've got the Lovers card. They're being pulled between you and the situation that they're in. And we've got the Knight of Cups reversed in the middle of you both at the moment, which is clarifying the no communication. You think they've given up on you, but it feels like they're doing a damage limitation. I think they're scared of contacting you in case their other person, connects the dots and realizes that it was you. And I don't know if you're just all connected and all friends in the same group, and that if your person does anything right now, the third party is going to realise it's you, because it feels like they don't know that it's you. But the Four of Wands feels like you focusing on whoever else you're with at the moment. It feels like quite a solid connection, and you may have things that you have to go and do to be part of a couple with them. I don't know if your other person's got like a work do or something, and you've got to go and play the perfect couple. This feels very complicated. But this no communication at the moment is to protect you from the fallout. And it feels like your person knows that they were stupid, knows that it was naive, and they really care about you. And it's almost like they're taking the heat so that they're the only one that really gets hurt. And they're, the third party for them gets hurt, but they're trying to protect you, it feels like. And I don't know if they've told you, but it feels like maybe someone was going through their phone, or saw a notification on the screen, but it's something stupid. It was something just got overlooked in a moment of time. They really kicked themselves. So, yeah, there's all of that. It's very complicated. They still care about you a lot, and you still care about them a lot. And when the time's right, they will be back around again. But it's going to take a while, because they really don't want to get you dragged into a mistake that they made. They don't want to cause any upset in your life. And that's respectful, Whereas you're just thinking, oh, they're not interested in me no more. You're moving on to the Emperor reversed. They're moving on to the King of Swords reversed. Again, it feels like they're going from the frying pan into the fire with whatever's going on in their relationship. The King of Swords reversed feels like in the near future, they're going to be forced to keep you out of the way, and you're going to be looking at them like they're being the Emperor reversed, of they're being emotionally detached, they're being childish, they're being selfish. Hold off your judgment and assumptions just at the moment. Give it time, because there's going to be a point in time where your person can explain to you exactly what is going on right now. At the moment, they can't, because again, it feels like if they do something at the moment, the other person's going to connect the dots. You're going to get dragged into it, and then your situation's going to blow up. And they don't want that to happen. But they're going to be the King of Swords reversed. It feels like they're going to stonewall you a bit, of keeping you on the outside to protect you, but you're going to see it as very selfish. So hopefully this reading's going to give you the thing of, okay, maybe there's something here that I genuinely don't know about, and it's best that I don't know about it. You will be told about it at some point, and it will make complete sense. So don't assume that your person doesn't love you, because they do. Because if they didn't love you, they'd be dragging you down with them. They'd be doing all of it, but they care. You've got the Nine of Wands in the middle of you both at that point, which just feels like a barrier they're putting up. Feels like they're being told off. They may have had their phone taken off them. It feels like, the person they're with no longer trusts them. The person they're with may be trying to figure out who on earth it is, as in you, and your person doesn't want them to know that it's you. So that's a lot, isn't it? Yeah, I'm going to pull 3 cards and see at what point, how long is it going to take before you can actually both have a proper conversation. I'm going to split the deck into 4. Private readings are available from my website. If you want to support the channel, put a like on the reading. Subscribe, turn your notifications on. The Nine of Wands again, which is up there. the Four of Swords, which is down here, and the Ten of Swords. It's going to take quite a long time. If you push it, you're going to get dragged into the fallout. Don't push it. It's going to take quite a while, and it's going to get worse before it gets better for them. It feels like it's, they're going to get squeezed, and then they're going to pop out, and they will pop in again, but it's going to take quite a long time. So you hold faith. They'll be back in at some point after the Ten of Swords. They'll be back in again, but it's reversed. It's going to be very stressful for them, and they've only got themselves to blame for it. So, yeah, I'm going to wrap you in a massive bubble of protection so your angels take you on your way. And thank you so much for being here with me today.